we have our, I guess, what is it, 95-part series or more, since I have done some countries that are that are really off the GeoFessr, the GeoGuessr mainstream path, like Antarctica. Okay, so this one at least is in explorer mode, right? Yes, you can see, like I played it before, not that well. Um, okay, yep, best score, just missed the silver there, 14,848 points. I think that might have just been the walkthrough that I do on these before, doing one of these streams, just see if there are any obvious gags in the country available. Uh, okay, we have 3 minutes. Um, all right, so let's Ecuador. All right. Um, yep, so we've got SMS Ecuador, no entre. So the architecture, it looks, maybe a bit more like Brazil or I mean, there are certainly parts of Mexico that look like this. Um, okay. Uh, this is not Colombia. You can see there's no thing on the sign there, right? Stop signs, of course, say pare. Um, okay, and so we have, yeah. Also, like this, it looks like we have streets that intersect at right angles, which is a sign of environments, that are in the Americas or, Australia or someplace like that, right? That we have, yeah, that's an interesting tree there. Okay. There's a big church over there. Maybe there's information in that direction. Um, okay. Do I think this is okay? We have Urdesa, Efren, Aviles, Pino, but we also have the 24, numbered Avenida 20 y Cuatro, right? Uh, yeah, I'm not that good with the numbers in Spanish. Um, okay. Um, where do I think this is before, I run out? Um, yeah, I'm leaning toward like Guayaquil, like it's hard to say, like there's a huge altitude difference here. Quito is, like 2,800 meters above sea level. Ah, okay. Um, that's so we have African Ecuadorians, which are concentrated, toward the north, and especially there's it's an extension of the heavily African descent population on the west coast of Colombia that also in this area. So I know that I'm going to guess maybe Esmeraldas. Yeah, that actually looks about right too with the okay. So I talked myself out of Guayaquil and it sticks me in Guayaquil. Okay, so there's um yeah, so it was yeah, so you can see here numbered streets. So that's a useful thing to know. Um, yeah, it looks like an unusual theme here, though. That there's like a lot of these streets are have this NO on them. I don't understand how this works. There's the World Trade Center, of course, the World Trade Center Guayaquil. Um, oh, Edificio World Trade Center shopping mall. Okay, yeah, and it has the Colombian consulate in it. Um, okay. Um, So it looked like yeah, so we were near the center, it looks like, and then presumably that church was up on this hill or something like that. I'm not seeing it. Um, okay. Yeah, there's the Venezuelan consulate in Guayaquil. Okay. Okay. American pickup truck. Um, Bananas. Okay, these are warmer climates, but I think you have to get, I think, like this being right on the equator, right? This is Ecuador. Um, I think you have to be pretty high up to, be completely rid of bananas. But, yeah, I think that this might be more the coastal area. Um, of course, yeah, yeah, you do find, of course, like completely European looking people in all Latin American countries. Like there's, that this person is, likely to be a local. Um, right. We have, okay, maybe I would suspect her of being a foreigner if this were Haiti, but, like that's not in GeoGuessr. Um, yeah, there was one time with, when I was teaching, that where there was a student, that was was you know uh, very European appearance and blonde, and turned out to be from the Dominican Republic, and I had to go for the joke. I said, that you don't look Dominican, which that there's I that's within the realms of like acceptable ethnic humor, right? Like and you can do some of that and not get fired, like the academia is not, like the kind of, like communist gulag that the right wants to tell you it is, that I mean, I think Jordan Peterson, like still, like has a job, but like I mean, he wasn't, like just, obnoxious for years, like he, had the whole thing with, having to be detoxified with the medical coma in Moscow and, but yeah, that whatever, like, um, if you don't know who Jordan Peterson is, good for you. Okay. I barely do, but all right. So there's, um, yeah, yeah, this thing is interesting. I don't know what it is. Um, oh, have to guess. Yeah, I'll guess in the lowlands again. And this time I guess Guayaquil, and it's not there. It was near Santo Domingo. Um, this this Santo Domingo, I've seen a couple of extended forms. I think the one that's preferred in, yeah, is Santo Domingo de los Sachilas, which is actually oddly marked on the map as a supermarket. Um, but yeah, that is the form that's used to differentiate it from other Santo Domingos, like for instance the one in the Dominican Republic on the last stream. Okay, so wow, wow, that's hot. 150 C. Yeah, don't have to cook things for long here. Okay, so do I think yeah, I think this is keto, I mean it has yeah, I think let's see, Santa Rosa, hmm. Una Via. Almacenes. Um Guayaquil, which means nothing because, that just means Pinguino. Okay, so that's what good humor is called in this country. This is, a Unilever brand that, has a huge amount of different, names in different countries. And so, it's one of those tests. So here it's Pinguino. Um, okay, so we have, yeah, I think this is Quito and probably, like in the center. Um, yep. So let's see. Analysis. Let's see. Yeah, Santa Rosa has appeared repeatedly, but I think that's not a city. I think that's probably a an area. But I mean, there. Yeah, I haven't heard of a place called Santa Rosa in Quito. Like I just know the one. Like near San Francisco, right? That. Yeah, roads intersect at right angles again. Like that's a sign. Um, oh no, Municipio de Santa Rosa on this thing. Uh, Cristobal Colon is the street there. Um, where's Santa Rosa? Is it a suburb of something? Okay, so we have Guayaquil, we have Machala. So it was not okay. So that was the center of a little small city, which yeah, that's a mistake that I think that I make because I'm an American. That we have um, a tendency in North America for low density urban areas, and that this is partially because of development, like having all of those cars, and partially um, that there are strong cultural preferences involved in how people build cities, and that this is yeah that this is this yeah I've seen this before, that definitely Ecuador is a high density um, builder of urban centers, and that there are some less developed countries that are less strongly into the high density, like all sort of thing. South Africa, Sri Lanka, sort of, Thailand is not, that seems less into that, like it's, things are more spread out. Um, there's in Indonesia, Java seems to be one gigantic village, right? Like that, that they have a huge number of people that are spread out. Um, you know, let's see, we have Escuela y Colegio Fiscal Mixta Los Rios. Could be in Los Rios is the location. Yeah, these sorts of signs. Oh, Shushu Findi. Yeah, I think I saw this recently on someone else's stream. Shushu Findi is up here. Um, you'll notice here that there's the the flatter eastern part of Ecuador. Um, you often forget that it's there in guesses, but there is certainly coverage around out here. Yeah, so Shushufindi. Um, let's see, Sono Esco. Okay. Comercial Torne Shushufindi. Okay, so there it is again. Um, let's see, Los Rios. No obvious signs of the school here. Um, Yeah, okay. So this is an east-west road, right? This being, on the typical American plan of roads being straight. It looks like it angles a bit. I'm thinking it's this one marked 22 there. Okay, Avenida Unidad Nacional. Um, Sucumbios is the whatever it is, department or province. I can't remember what they're called in Ecuador. Um, yeah, those political sorts of like look at this thing we built signs. Actually are very good for finding where you are in a lot of countries. They do require like more knowledge of the language than a lot of other signs do, though. Um, okay, so we were some distance outside of town, but on I'm kind of surprised that we were there actually, that like that road was divided, like this doesn't show being divided, although um, you know, I mean imagine being the people that maintain this stuff, on Google Maps, they hmm. Okay. Yeah, so this I think, is yeah, so this higher elevation, like yeah, I mean this is yeah, this could be, like nosebleed altitudes almost, like it uh but yeah, so Quito is 2,800 meters, I think, which Parque Nacional Cotopaxi, okay, that's one of the volcanoes, I think. Um let's see, Guagua Pichincha is the one near Quito, so it's okay, Cotopaxi is there. I don't know how the X is pronounced here. Like Spanish doesn't give very good guidance on that, and it's used, of course, in writing, um, indigenous words in various ways. Um, let's see, reduzca la velocidad ahora. Okay, right now. Okay, fire danger thing. Okay. Okay, Salida. Okay, so this is a big road, um, north south, has an exit for the national park. It's got to be the E35, right? Um, yeah. So it doesn't look like they have the exit specifically marked here, right? Um, is this where yeah, we can get off? Okay. Um, yeah, so getting off of limited access highways is often important. We have Latacunga is that way. Um, where's Latacunga? Latacunga is down here. Um, no, E35 seems to turn into a regular road as it goes into town. Um, oh, there's a bypass. Okay. Um, that yeah, that does look sort of like the design that we have. Volcan Cotopaxi, it says on the sign. Yeah, so as advertised, it's the name of a volcano. Um, let's see, the highest. Yeah, there's Guagua Pichincha near Quito. There's Cotopaxi, and there's Chimborazo is I think the highest point in Ecuador. It's about 6,000 meters, I think. Um, and so the mountains, get high enough. Like I don't know if they get snow consistently, but that there's certainly tundra on top. That I mean, 6,000 meters is even right on the equator. Um, Actually, there's probably some snow because, as I remember, Puncak Jaya in the Indonesian half of New Guinea is it's like 5,500 meters or something like that, and it has snow on it for now. You know that they the ice there is I guess critically endangered and expected to disappear in the next few decades, but it does have it, and that's basically on the equator. I mean, I think Puncak Jaya might be at like -7, -8 degrees or something like that. But it's not significantly off the equator. Um, so that yeah, so I guess my 14,800, and then I do worse. Okay. Um, yeah. All right. Um, okay, so what have we got? Yeah, US looking chevrons, US looking lane markings too, right? Double yellow line in the middle, white on the outside. Um, oh, there's Esmeraldas, yeah, which yeah, that I had up here, right? Um, let's see, Prefectura. Okay, so this is a good sort of north-southish road. Probably this E20. Um, um, some joint project with the European Union. Um, Bienvenidos a la parroquia Daule. Visite sus playas. Okay, so Daule must be. So it's probably on the coast since it mentions playas, right? Beaches. Um, let's see. Uh, hmm. Yeah, these are Indian cows. They're very common in hot tropical climates, which this being near the coast, clearly is um, going to be very much in that category. Yeah, I mentioned that also that in Ecuador there's a correlation between coastalness and Africanness, in the appearance of the population. Um, and that follows, that the west coast of Colombia in particular, seems to have a population that is, largely African Colombian. We have Aguas Claras. Um, yeah, the other question is how far away from Esmeraldas can we be, right? There was, yeah, not seeing an Aguas Claras. Um, Tuk-tuks, which, are, not present in some Latin American countries. Okay, so we were 66 kilometers off. Oh, there's Daule. Okay, so I should have, yeah, so on that other sign, yeah, it referred to it as parroquia, which is that's the term I think for parishes of the Catholic Church. Um, so they weren't using a typical name for town. Yeah, okay, so this is Isla del Amor, which looks like it's the marker that was meant to be on this island. Playa de Cojip. Yeah, there's Playa as a beach, right? Um, okay. Um, Cynthia Vacaposo. Okay, 2006. They got somewhat old. political signage here. Um, uh, Vote todo. Okay, 101. Okay, so there's parroquial. Yeah, I'm thinking that the way that's used that way, that must be a normal term for towns in Ecuador. Then, alcalde there. We have a chicken. Okay, so that's useful to know in case you need to play GeoGuessr Bingo. Well, like you'll be able to figure out where this is, but um, I guess it's revealed at the end, right? Maybe. Oh, ceviche de pollo. Okay, so they have supplies very close to the place where they see the chickens are right outside the place where they sell the ceviche, which I yeah you tend to think of ceviche as not having chicken in it, like that's an odd choice. Um, I don't know, maybe it does, Okay, so that's a serious board there, like we have 48 kilometers. Um, yeah, so this looks like it's higher elevation. Uh, so the higher elevation locations are along this north-south line, that unlike in Colombia, like there's kind of a single central valley. Um, let's see. Yeah, no particular location suggested, so I'll go around the middle. Um, well, also you'll notice that we're going up and down all the time, right? We have wait, Bolivar, Provincia. Hmm. Is there is there a place called yeah, I'm wondering if there's a province called Bolivar, which, obviously um wait, that statue has El Centro Social en homenaje a las Madres de la Provincia, which does not say which one it is. Okay. Um, so just we randomly guessed close. Let's see what the boundary here says. Uh, Bolivar. Okay, and Chimborazo. Remember, I referred to Chimborazo as the highest mountain in Ecuador. Uh, yeah, there it is, Chimborazo. Um, so Chimborazo is near Ambato and Latacunga. Um, this valley, by the way, is the most heavily populated part of Ecuador. That so you'll see. When you get sort of countryside look around here, that there's houses everywhere. It's not um, like the kind of big roads with not much on them that you see in other parts of North and South America. Like this is European sort of population density up there. Um, okay, so we have yeah. So this looks like the flatter terrain again. Um, although we've got some hills. Yeah, and the appearance of these hills actually is they look like they may be of volcanic origin. And there's the bananas again. Like so probably not high altitude. Um, uh, Biares Velasquez Pilsner. The thatched roofs. That let's see, we have Tienda Gabi. See, I mentioned in the last round in the Dominican Republic, they have Colmado in the Dominican Republic, but this is a Tienda, which is Oh, and there's Pichincha. I mentioned the volcano in Quito is called Guagua Pichincha. Um, okay. Um, and when I say the volcano in Quito, it's close enough that in there was an eruption I think around 1730 that actually buried Quito in 2 feet of ashfall. Destroyed almost everything. Um, so that they very seriously have a volcano in Quito. That it's it's a location susceptible to eruptions. There's plenty of cities with that sort of thing. Guatemala City comes to mind. Um, you know, uh, Mexico City, although like the center of Mexico City is fairly far from the volcanoes, but that well, except that there actually we know that in the past few thousand years there have been volcanic eruptions in Mexico City. There's it's I guess that's a topic for another time, but so we have yeah, not much to see. Yeah, again, typically US appearance of a lot of the road signs, these chevrons are, hey, I'm being spammed. Okay. Want to become famous. Okay. So, okay, so this was wait, why was I up there? Um I mean, it's good that I guessed, but like oh, okay. So there's actually a small town called Oh, that's why I guessed up there because of Pichincha. But yeah, I should have realized that it was an inconsistent landscape with, that with this that the Quito area does not, it's higher elevation. It does, like it wouldn't have bananas and, like that sort of thing. And also in the Quito area, there are mountains visible. I mean there's quite serious mountain peaks on both sides of this central valley here. Um, okay. Yeah, one of the things, that when you play sort of a raw country map, that you do get a whole lot of rural areas, that I mean some aren't, like there's the classic, like Austria, you seem to get Vienna all the time. Yeah, we saw one of these signs already, this Agrippak SA, um, Makara, 1 kilometer, agency number 67. So that's probably a location, and that the final stress on indigenous place names is it's that's normal for the area. That I think Quechua is like that. That there's a final stress. There are indigenous place names in Spanish speaking countries that look nothing like that. Like for instance the Nahuatl from Mexico and Guatemala. Okay, so we have Puente Internacional Zapotillo. Okay, so if there's an international bridge, that means that we're close to a border, and that is vaguely toward the south, maybe. Yeah, that's hard to say. So it's probably down here someplace. Um, oh, that's interesting that they have both the E series with the interstate looking highway signs here, and then there's the green ones here for secondary roads. I assume these are like the actual road signs because why else would they? Well, I've seen the red, white, and blue E series road signs. Okay. El maíz se reinventa. Okay. Let's see. Sapotillo. Oh, there's Sapotillo there. Okay. So, Okay, so there's a junction up there, with a paved road, which, in envir yeah, so that's Via Zapotillo, 6 kilómetros, uh, 6 kilómetros, right? There's an accent on that. Uh, is it that? No, there's no roundabout. Uh, I'm thinking we're here. Um, let's see, Zapotillo. Let's see. Yeah. Um, hmm. That was not something that I expected. Okay, so we were near this Macara instead. So, um, I mean, I can understand that, yeah, that kind of makes sense. International Bridge was to here. There's Latino on the Peruvian side. Yeah, so the E35 reaching the southern limit of the country. Um, Wait, the Macara, I think we saw. Yeah, so it's on the map. It's not marked with the accent mark, but you can see here Estación de Servicio Petrocomercial Macara. Yeah, okay. So all right. So interesting pavement, like more European looking. Um, let's see, Lago Union, Compañía Limitada. Uh, well, obviously we're in Barcelona, right? Okay. We could be in a place called Barcelona, but like I mean, there's one of those in Venezuela certainly. Um, okay, not seeing on the advertising there. Um, um, Vicente Narvaez is the street name there. It looks like there might be a city on there, but it's not easily visible. Let's see, Vicente Narvaez. Um, oh, yeah, that's another Vicente Narvaez sign. There's a poem back there. Uh, let's see. So the first question is, can this be, is this Highlands or not? Guayaquil as a street name, again, tells us nothing. That's likely that we're not in Guayaquil. 10 de Agosto. Um, Venezuela is a street name. Um, yeah, no sign of mountains that I've seen so far, which makes me think it's coast. Um, I'm thinking maybe it's not Guayaquil, although, I mean, that route that we saw in Guayaquil, it did kind of look like this, actually. Oh yeah, I've seen before this E40 over here. Um, yeah, yeah, timed out on that, but I was going to say that there's a piece of Guayaquil that has like big malls and like that kind of thing. Californicated kind of landscape. That that is out. That is some distance from. Okay, so we were in Nueva Loja, um, here. Um, okay, so yeah, so it being an environment with no signs of mountains, I thought coast. Okay, but now that I think about it, obviously this area also is that this area also is flat. Um, and yeah, so so this town is at the junction of this E45 and E10. All right, that's fireworks going off. That's you know, no, that they aren't shooting anyone outside of my window, tonight, hopefully, like that. Yeah, that was like a couple of months ago. America. Okay. Um, yeah, so yeah, I'm wondering, like I didn't beat the not very high score again. Well, oh well. Panaderia y pasteleria. Okay, we have okay, so this is mountains. Morales y Cordoba. N49 103. There was the Volkswagen bus there, Latin America, like very big fans of Volkswagen. Um, Unidad de Policía Comunitaria, Ciudadela, something. Oh, Damer, right. Yeah, that's got to be it. Subzona Secura. So I'm thinking that Damer is not the town name, but this is uh, outlying section of Quito is what I'm maybe thinking here. Um, Although, as I said, Quito is at relatively high elevation. Like it definitely tends toward looking more like a temperate environment. But I mean, I think they do have some palms there because, I mean, Quito is in the sort of range where I think it's like 15 degrees Celsius every day. Um, and there's Pichincha again, So, well, we saw what the town Pichincha looks like, and that this is not it. Clearly. Um, Pare. Okay, gated section there. We have a dog. Um, uh, Claro. Yeah, you see those signs a lot. Um, I think that's not specific to Ecuador, but I think that's that's interesting. Gas cylinders. Um, yeah, of course, the kings of gas cylinders are places with no gas pipelines, which I don't know if that's the case here. Um, some places can't be linked to a gas field by a oh, we got a Chinese restaurant, okay. Um, and guessing is something you should do, especially since I thought it was Quito and it was, Okay, well, it's educational, it's not a competition. Um, we have Del Con Gobierno Provincial del Cañar. Okay, so um, okay, where's Cañar? There's Pichincha is the province containing Quito. Okay. Um, Cañar, Nason. Um, so maybe Cañar is a town given how it appeared on that name on there. Um, Nothing obvious. Okay. Um, let's see. Imbabura, Cotopaxi, Bolivar, and Tungarawa, Cañar. Okay. Um, so Cañar is this province here. Oh, there's the town Cañar. Okay. Um, we have Cañar, Nason. Where's Nason? Um, no obvious spirits of Cason. Jude. That's a strange looking name. Uh, not particularly pronounceable in Spanish with that spelling, that I'm. Oh, Julia Cañar. Okay. So there's more than one of, yeah, that's odd, must be, uh, Azogues. Um, oh, these are not, yeah, I'm thinking maybe those aren't towns. Um, yeah, I don't know that much Spanish, so, um, Miguel Gindon, Alcalde. But Cañar is the land of ZH. Okay. Now we have, a very specific tip that you will probably never be able to use again. Okay, Tushin, Burgai, Biblion. Okay, that was on the other thing, so that might be the location. Then is, yeah. Oh, there's Biblion. Okay, so yeah, so another large village. It looks like. Um, well, for one thing, it has an alcalde, right? That Okay, so we're on a north-south street. Yeah, so yeah, so it has the right, yeah, that has the right curvature for where we were. Um, and then yeah, so that we were at this corner, and then Camino a Nason. So Nason on that sign was a location then. Uh, oh yeah, God Parroquial de Nason. So Nason is the village next door, like sort of merged with Biblion. Um, you'll notice here there's a lot of population in this valley, like lots of these little roads. And Azoques, I guess, is, yeah. Uh, so it looks like there's places near Azoques, then it thins out. And then, here's Cañar town. Okay. Um, okay. Oh, this is, yeah, Black Rock's very volcanic. No people around. Oh, yeah, yeah. This is the Galapagos Islands. For one thing, where else would there be a random seal on the stairs? Um. Okay. Um. Yeah. So this is another thing to remember. The Galapagos Islands are part of Ecuador. Um. And so other random islands in the area, Easter Island is in Chile, which I think I did not ever actually get on that stream. Um, because remember, Chile is before Ecuador in alphabetical order, so I've done a GeoFessr expedition stream on it. Yeah, yeah. So there's um hard to say if I'll be able to find anything to guess on, but can we see out to anything? It's an island. Um, but yeah, the Galapagos Islands are they're basically completely a national park, and my understanding is that they protect the ecology of the Galapagos Islands by charging all non-locals that want to go there $1,000, which is tends to reduce the amount of tourism. Tijeras, frigate birds. Okay. Let's see. So to the north we have the bottom of the walkway. Um, well, at least like maybe from the overlook we can figure out something um, about the location, um, or maybe not. Oh, there's yeah. Okay, so it's got the village. I'm thinking. Let's see. That doesn't look right for that one. Puerto Villamil. Yeah, I'm not sure where. That it looked like. Okay, so it was that one, Isla de San Cristobal, and so yeah. So what happened is that we were on top of the hill looking across this inlet, and you could see the other side here. And so, we were, yeah, this Puerto Bacarizo Moreno. Um, oh, no, Enye. Bacarizo Moreno. Um, okay, and um, yeah. Oh, when I said that they charge them $1,000, that's another thing to remember. Ecuador has no currency unit, so when you will see prices in Ecuador are in U.S. dollars. Um, yeah, I noticed that that's a useful thing to know is that you can tell countries apart from approximate size of the currency unit if you see prices. Um, for instance, Chilean pesos are small. There's I think several hundred of them to a U.S. dollar, and Indonesian rupiah are much smaller than Malaysian ringgits. That there's things like that. Um, we have 3570. Um, yeah, I'm gonna say this is this side. Okay, and that on the in the interior, it looks like the population is all concentrated up here. There are a few towns down this way, but many fewer, and it looks like this is just kind of roadless. Um, let's see, more people running for mayor uh, on wall that has been partially removed. Um, Yeah, here the architecture looks more like Peru or Bolivia does, right? That especially with all the bare brick. Yeah, I'm thinking this is sort of flat, dusty. I think this is the interior. Um, you know, I'm guessing this is a dry season picture. And that seems to be common for um street view in tropical areas is that they in the dry season it's you have more days where you can where it's good to get footage. You like I think that they don't like to do a street view. For rain, I think will screw it up somewhat, right? I don't think I've ever seen any much footage where it's obviously raining. um let's see, Las Mercedes. Okay, that's little Protestant church. Um, Gabinete de Belleza. There's the so that yeah, Pichincha again. Yeah, it must be a beer or something. Um, Corresponsal no bancario. Hmm. See, it's Pinguino again. Like so the uh the Unilever ice cream brand for the country. Um, and it wasn't up there, it was down at this end of the coast next to Peru. Yeah, so it gets, yeah, the other thing is that it gets dry very rapidly south of Guayaquil. Um, and so in fact, around Sullana and Piura, that you actually have the desert, and then the desert just continues, gets drier and drier all the way down the coast, and then you get into Mars here, and then as you get into the temperate zone, then precipitation picks up back up again, and then south of Santiago it gets wet and forested. Um, okay, so here, um, yeah, I'm gonna say, looks kind of like the same kind of thing, right? Like Terminal Terrestre Entrada. There might have been a city on there, no, too small to read. Um, Hostal Prima, Petroleos Ruta del Sol, uh, 500 metros. Wait, that looks like it has the town on it. Anabi Gobierno Pichincha. Oh no, Gobierno Provincia Anabi. Um, okay. Next question, where's Anabi? I'll plunk it here, thinking that so we'll find there's Loja, Zamora Chinchipe, Loja El Oro. Hmm. Anabi. I'm wondering, maybe that's the city, although it does look like it says Gobierno Provincial on there. Um, yeah, and it's dry, could it's not the other side of the thing, right? No, that's Zamora Chinchipe, Azue, Morona Santiago, Azue. No, it was Arabi. Um, yeah, is it out here? Santa Elena, Guayas, Manabi. Okay. That's okay. So that's what was wrong. Um, that looks like it might be a okay. So we were in yeah, so the place was called Puerto Lopez. Um, yeah, so there's a small uh city center of the here, yeah, so this is a small town, right? That Machalia. Yeah. Okay. So that was Manabi was the province that was on the sign. Um, yeah, so it looks like Manta is in Manabí. Okay, so it was the yeah, so it extends all the way up here, and then Esmeraldas is in a different province called Esmeraldas. Okay. Um, all right. So yeah, yeah, I don't do that well on the scores on here, like these things, it does make you wonder about my expertise at this game, doesn't it? But these are, these are explorations and, educational streams that I hope at least, you remember that that Pinguino, that is a brand of ice cream, and that the random seal on the steps means it's probably the Galapagos Islands. All right.